Does anyone know what the word is for a group of penguins? A raft. This will really test you. What's the word for a group of clowns? Leave your guesses in the comments below. Pause the video because I'm about to give you the answer. Ready? The word for a group, a collective of clowns, is Moody's. And in this video, the world's most competent organization, who are definitely not incompetent or corrupt at all, gets completely barbecued in a truly beautiful open letter of pure low-key savagery. And before we get into it, if you want to instantly unlock over 100 exclusive videos plus my 10-year Tesla stock price targets and loads of other perks, including optional access to my Tesla valuation model, join our growing community of thousands of supporters on Patreon with the link in the pinned comment. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon and investment themed merch in the merch store. Moody's. The world is watching and laughing and mocking and ridiculing and roasting, all justified. My take at an answer to Renee Lipsch, Moody's analyst in charge of rating Tesla and embarrassing the entire organization. Dear Mr. Einstein, I'm truly obliged for your response to my request about considering Tesla for a rating upgrade over the next few months to investment grade. And I'm truly surprised that they actually took the time to respond. I do appreciate it. At least we now understand why they're so f***ing dumb. Your point of view that ratings should include both qualitative and quantitative component is understandable. After all, quantitative yardsticks measure the past, whereas investment and lending decisions are made for the future. And with today's global access to detailed financial information, compiling ratings solely on quantitative measures would make them instantly irrelevant. We do agree, Tesla deserves an investment grade rating based on quantitative measures. So the question remains, do Tesla's current qualitative measures so overwhelm their persistently excellent quality? Goddamn. How to be a savage without being a savage. Just spit facts, but do it delicately. And don't call people morons because you lose credibility instantly. Even if you're right, they just won't respond well. I think Alexandra actually genuinely wants to cause some change within Moody's. And I actually just don't give a flying f***. I'm happy to point out the absurdity without expecting or hoping for any change because it's completely irrelevant. Tesla's not going to need to go to the market again to raise capital, so it doesn't matter what their credit is rated at all. Do Tesla's current qualitative measures so overwhelm their persistently excellent quantitative factors to justify their current low rating? I'll jump in here. No, they don't. But then again, what would I know? I'm not Moody's. I'm just some idiot on YouTube. Please allow me to elaborate on some salient qualitative factors. The plague caused global supply chain issues throughout automotive manufacturing, and chip shortages were a particularly vexing concern. When Tesla could no longer source required chips, they cried in the corner and asked for Daddy to hold them because they didn't know what to do. Just like every other automotive manufacturer. Oh wait, sorry, I misread that. Oh yeah, sorry, my mistake. Forgot Tesla didn't actually cry in the corner, did they? My bad. When Tesla could no longer source required chips, they demonstrated flexibility and engineering prowess by switching to available chips and writing code to transform available chips into functional equivalent chips. This was accomplished while concurrently growing revenue and profit on a pace equal to their pre-plague guidance. From this qualitative perspective, which deserves an investment grade rating? An agile, resourceful automaker, or top investment grade automakers struggling to adapt to global shortages because they're too busy crying in the corner asking for Daddy to hold them? This is a very good question, Alexandra. In your response, you mentioned 2017. This was so funny. The year in which the Model 3 was launched. This is not old for a car brand. Toyota Camry was launched in 1982. The Ford F-150 in 1975. Please remember, I could be wrong here, Alexandra, but I do believe that memory requires a brain. Might have a problem here. Just saying. Tesla customers don't buy stale cars because Tesla constantly improves them. Customers receive a better car than it was at the time they happily ordered one, which you are aware comes currently with months-long wait times. And this experience continues after the customer purchases the car, as regular over-the-air updates ensure a whole fleet of now more than 3 million cars operates on the latest software. From a qualitative point of view, would you like to experience an always updated car as a customer and hence great resale value? Or would you prefer to drive a model that gets stale after purchase? Alexandra, these questions are just so unreasonable and unfair. I can't believe that you would ask such unreasonable questions. It's almost like you're backing these clowns into an intellectual corner from which they cannot escape without saying, you know what, we're morons. That's actually a good point. Of course, I'm sure Moody's responsible. Yeah, customers definitely prefer a stale car that doesn't get better after you purchase it because we said so. No investment grade credit rating for you. From an investment point of view, should a company that takes such great care of its customers have its investment rating dinged? Well, obviously, because if your customers love your products, they're well looked after, the products get better after they purchase them, that's obviously a company that's not worthy of credit. This is a good question. Unfortunately for Moody's, you can't stick this in a spreadsheet and therefore doesn't count. Oh wait, no, actually that's wrong because everything that was in a spreadsheet, all the actual numbers don't count either. Ponderous. These constant improvements also help Tesla to keep their margins higher because cost savings are implemented every single day, instead of being postponed until the next cosmetic upgrade in a few years. Automobile industry expert John McElroy, if you guys haven't seen the video I recently posted, check it out, states, quote, Tesla makes design changes on the fly, and it mainly makes those changes. This is a key point, to take cost out of its cars. The great and ever-improving financial numbers Tesla posts every quarter are completely irrelevant. You don't know what you're talking about, Alexandra. Why would you even raise this point? It's totally irrelevant to their credit rating. Next, Tesla posts every quarter are a reflection of this manufacturing prowess indicated above. And of course, as I mentioned, are completely irrelevant to their credit rating because it's different and they're doing it wrong, and therefore we just ignore that because we're Moody's and we're smarter than you. From a qualitative point of view, does this indicate that such a company is relatively likely to continue to post great financial results? Obviously not. They're doing it wrong. They don't do it like everyone else. They're wrong. The end. With respect to your main concern... Oh boy. The Dunning-Kruger effect just kills me here. With respect to your main concern, the number of models, Tesla follows the same successful, streamlined strategy as Apple, for reference, rated the highest investment grade, AAA, does for Macs and iPhones, with a simple and clearly defined product matrix. Apple rakes in most of their profit in the phone market. Tesla does exactly the same in the EV car market, including refreshes of models to stay relevant as the current S and X models. You will remark a similarity of Tesla's product mix when comparing it to Steve Jobs' mission matrix upon returning to Apple. This is a great graphic here, really sums things up perfectly, not only pointing out the idiocy of Moody's comments around Tesla being reliant on two category-killing, best-selling models, but also their strategy. I mean, it's so simple here. You've got consumer, pro, and commercial categories. You've got cars, SUVs, trucks, insurance, solar, energy storage, energy arbitrage, energy distribution, and AI. This is a great way of summing up Tesla's product matrix. Much like Apple's. Same strategy. Don't give consumers abundant choice. Instead, just create compelling products that people can't wait to get their hands on and will pay a premium for. It's that simple. In contrast to car manufacturers that have a broad range of models, tell you what, that sounds like the dream life of an 18-year-old man, doesn't it? Tesla will not cannibalize sales of existing products. A little bit of hypocrisy pointed out here. There was an interview, Autopalooza 5, organised by Bloomberg, in which this very person, responsible for rating Tesla's creditworthiness, praised Ford's efforts to apply to their EV line the streamlined Tesla approach of fewer vehicles in key segments. After current OEMs spend what will be tens of billions of dollars in the hopes of building enough EVs. As I always say, hope is not a strategy. What will they have accomplished? They will have cannibalized their own existing sales with essentially no increase in revenue and no increase in profit. So, zero ROI on tens of billions of dollars spent. I do have to give credit. I love how delicately she's absolutely eviscerating these fucking morons. I mean, yeah, it's right. They're going to spend tens of billions of dollars and make no fucking money. Yet they've got a better credit rating than Tesla, you incompetent fuckwits. For Tesla, every car sale is additional revenue and profit with very high margins. So, what would you rather invest in? A burning dumpster fire of a company that's headed for Oh, wait, sorry. I misread that again. Keep doing that. Sorry, guys. This year, sales of Tesla Semi started, and next year, Cybertruck will be delivered. You are, low-key savage. You are, of course, aware that way more than 1 million reservation holders are more or less patiently waiting for their truck, right? Oh, man. Alexandra is leaving corpses in her wake. From an investment point of view, would you rather invest in a company that has to cannibalize its own products or one that doesn't? This is a highly irrelevant question, and I don't know why she's asking this. Has nothing to do with anything, definitely not Tesla's credit rating. Therefore, let's move on. We have seen that Tesla reaches high sales numbers every time it enters a new car market. The electric semi is going to be a game changer in the economics of transport by semi. And the above mentioned gigantic number of pre-orders for the Cybertruck is totally irrelevant, doesn't matter, and let's move on. Will take years to process. So, just based on these two additional markets, how does the future of Tesla look from an investment point of view? Very sketchy, they deserve a junk rating. Definitely not investment grade, go buy GM or Ford or whatever the else instead. Tesla doesn't need to fear the competition. Understatement of the century. It is way ahead when it comes to innovative manufacturing. An article in the Financial Times had already in November 2021 the now former VW chairman of the management board, Herbert Diess, complaining that Tesla can make a car in 10 hours while it takes Volkswagen about 30. Of course, that's totally irrelevant as well, right? It's not like one of the world's largest automotive manufacturers freaking out about Tesla being able to produce compelling vehicles in 1/3 of the time doesn't even matter. That's irrelevant, right? It's got nothing to do with their credit rating, does it? No, not at all. While other car makers employ hundreds of robots to weld, screw, bolt and assemble the chassis together from hundreds of different parts, in Volkswagen's case sourced from their 40,000 suppliers, Tesla has made these robots redundant and uses injection casting. Another clear sign that they're not worthy of credit. Saving cost, time, very dangerous, very bad. Strong probability of bankruptcy. This achieves a higher throughput with greater accuracy. Tesla pushes the envelope of vehicle manufacturing and safety by utilizing full-body injection molding for its vehicles. Its latest acquisition of a Cybertruck mold is the largest of its kind ever created. When the low-cost Tesla model comes, the bottom may well be made as a single piece. Meanwhile, conventional manufacturers make platforms that have to serve many models, have to be developed years before they are put into usage, and are not optimally designed for any model. Tesla has unparalleled demand for their models in all countries, and is currently still production limited. With 2 new factories scaling up, there will soon be room to enter new markets or introduce new models not previously sold into many countries. The recent sales of Model Y in Australia and New Zealand are examples of this. Shout out to Australia. In a recent poll, graduates from MIT and Caltech were asked which company they want to work for. Out of 30 companies, SpaceX and Tesla took the top 2 spots. Tesla's greatest strength is its formidable and extraordinary teams of top engineers, scientists, physicists, software developers, AI specialists, and manufacturers that Elon Musk has been assembling for over 15 years, and which none of the competing companies come close to. Is this taken into account into your qualitative evaluation? Of course not. It's totally irrelevant. Doesn't matter. It's got nothing to do with anything. Let's move on. There is a big Tesla community. I don't know what she's talking about. No, there isn't. What is she talking about? Clearly not. Larger than for any car brand. This in itself is another qualitative plus for Tesla. Arguments in this response also came from the Tesla community, who is avidly participating in our discussions. I mean, clearly this is false. No one's talking about this. No one's pointing out the ridiculousness of Moody's Tesla credit rating. I don't know what she's talking about here. This doesn't exist. Fake news. Elon Musk is unique in that he participates too. With respect to the issue of investment grade, his tweeted response was, accurately, Moody's is irrelevant. If there were ever a moment in your life where you wanted to prove Mr. Musk wrong, this is that moment, but not the time to drag your feet if Moody's wants to be ahead of the curve. I think there's only one curve relevant to Moody's. The bell curve. Thus, I hope that the above gives you a more well-rounded view on Tesla's strategy and capabilities. Based on my professional view as a former Moody's analyst, I believe that the qualitative view warrants the same conclusion as the quantitative view. Tesla isn't creditworthy, they're definitely going bankrupt, and Ford and GM are much better bets. Sorry, I misread that again. Tesla is investment grade, and there is no qualitative ground to ding the rating to below investment grade. Unless, of course, the qualitative factors include severe brain damage, bias, and hubris, in which case everything makes sense. An upgrade is really overdue. No shit, Sherlock. I remain at your full disposal should you wish to continue our discussions by email or in person. And please, do know the world is watching and laughing at the same time. You fucking idiots. Yours sincerely, Alexandra Mers. So there's 2 ways to perform complete and utter evisceration of idiotic ideas, organizations, and so on. One can do so overtly or covertly. I tend to do the former, well, at least on YouTube. And Alexandra, the latter. But make no mistake, this open letter has torn Moody's to shreds. Will they respond? And if so, will they reconsider their position, their current credit rating for Tesla? Let me know what you guys and girls think in the comments below. I applaud Alexandra for her efforts. Definitely a better approach than just calling these people fucking morons, even if they are. But as I said, I personally don't care what Moody's is doing relating to Tesla's credit rating. I don't give a single fuck. I know my obnoxious approach isn't likely to induce change. I really respect Alexandra's approach. I think she's doing great work, and it'd be great if she does get through. I guess time will tell. Depending on how Moody's responds and whether or not they change their credit rating for Tesla, we'll know whether or not my prior statements about this clown show of a company were correct. Does the collective hubris of Moody's truly outweigh their intellect? Time will tell. Hope you guys and girls have enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are they going to take this stuff on board? And lastly, don't forget you can support the channel by joining Patreon with the card in the corner or the link in the pinned comment. You'll instantly unlock well over 100 exclusive videos, loads of content and perks, including instant up-to-date access to my Tesla stock price targets out over the next decade. So, see you over on Patreon. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel and instantly unlock over 100 exclusive videos, plus my 10-year Tesla stock price targets and loads of other perks, including optional access to my Tesla valuation model, join our growing community of thousands of supporters on Patreon with the link in the pinned comment. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment-themed merch in the merch store. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. Please let me know your thoughts on today's video in the comments below, and click the card on screen now to watch the next video.